What's good, people? Usually I record at about the 30-second mark, but this right here, me recording at the 5-second mark, that must mean I was busy or I was having a bad day. And I'm thinking it's a second option because, as you can tell by the title, I'm carrying the freaking UK VZ59. I know, I know what you're saying. You're like, Jet, don't you hate big dumb LMGs? I do. Everyone except for the LD6 and the FG42. Those are assault rifles in my opinion. But yes, I do hate big, dumb, stupid, heavy LMGs. I do. So what am I using the UK for? Well, there's a challenge for it. So that's my excuse. Y'all know I would never take out a light machine gun unless it's the two that I mentioned. So, and then on top of that, this is battery. Yeah, I usually try to avoid battery because this is nothing but how can I say this? A weapon proving ground. If you want to test your skill against actual people and not dummies in a shooting range, you come here. But also, I try to avoid this map because sweats come here to say, I lap the lobby. Even though the lobby is like, what, 6, 7 people deep? So, there's that. Now, story time, right? Story time, here we go. I use both comm stations, right? And someone's shooting to my left. Well, in some cases behind me, depending on where the camera was. But someone was shooting, right? And the tower was hit. Now, do you think those two events are correlated? You should say yes. But notice how I don't go up there immediately. Instead, what I do is I come down here, and I'm going to use my 3 booby traps. And the shooting is still going on. You know me, I try to run toward almost every gunfight that I see. And let me expand on that, because I wasn't like this from the start. You know what made me change? Shootouts, getting more confident in my aiming, and then it started running. So, if you find yourself with the anxiety of, oh shit, a gunfight, what am I going to do? Play shootouts. Why do you think I upload them every day at midnight? Why do you think that? But alright, enough of that. Now, I done got the booby traps off my back, and we're running toward the sound of the gunshots, or at least where I think the gunshots came from. The detector's up there to my left. I don't know if you saw it or not. So if someone hits that, I'm screwed, because I'm caught way out of position. Sure, there's cover, but they can still see me. Now, you see the comm station was used, right? There's one right in front of me, and I just used the other two. So that just means someone is right here in this here gun emplacement on the ground level. Time to be quiet and see what I can listen for. But then I get jammed. My bad, disrupted. And you see, that's not a tower. If it was a tower, there'll be a tan circle on my map. This is a jammer. And the phone's ringing too. So yeah, someone is definitely here. But we can't hear them. So what does that tell me? As shots are ringing out in front of me. What does that tell me? And here's a jammer. You hear it, right? Dude is here on one knee, if not prone. So, do I go down there and try to find him, or do I investigate those shots? You see, I chose the second option. How much do you want to bet the second guy that I killed was the same guy who hit that comm station, put down the jammer, and sat on one knee in that bunker. How much do you want to bet? I mean, evidence is shown. He was running straight from that direction. And this is why I told myself, you know what? If I make enough noise, he might come out anyway. People, you don't want to rush into someone's lair. They're going to be waiting for you. You see, he had an AKM of 90 rounds. An AKM up close is deadly. It's inaccurate in any other given situation, but up close, the thing will rip you to pieces. So I'm glad I didn't go down there. What the hell was that? That sounded like two contact bombs going off, one after the other. And that wasn't my kill, because my booby traps are up at the top of the map. Bottom of the map. So, I don't know what that was. I'm thinking someone put booby traps near the, near an exit. That's what I'm thinking. But anyways, this guy's jammer is still active, even though he's not there no more. And I have the idea. You know, I done killed 2 people. But there's about 8, if not, yeah, about 8 or so who spawn here. Where's everyone else at? And there is only one way to find out where everyone is on the map. And that is the detector. So I'm going to do the detector dance, and then... Did you see that? Let me explain to you what happened. This guy died, obviously. But a little bit after he died, someone used the comm station. Now, there's only 3 on the map, and I'm looking at 2 of them. One to my left, one to my right. So that means he has to be in the middle of the map. And then I get ported. Huh. It's almost like he's checking to see where I am. So I'm going to run for a little bit. And then someone hits a time safe. Now, I could be wrong in the fact that the person I just killed used a comm station, but looking at the footage, I killed him and then someone hit a comm station. Or it could be the game just delayed with a message relay. One of the two. But let's say I'm wrong in that factor. Let's say the guy that I killed did use a comm station. I'm just reading it wrong. Let's just say that. Let's assume that, right? Someone ported me. Then the time safe was hit. It's almost like the guy that ported me is at a time safe, then came to the conclusion that, oh, he's far away. I can hit this time safe.
The plane is near. Get ready for the airdrop.
Yes, you can hit the time safe. And yes, I am far, but I can run, and so can you. So guess where I'm headed toward? That's right, the time safe. But let's not be too hasty, because no one carries just one port into a match. If you're going to take a port, you might as well take 2, because 1 tells you position, 2 tells you direction. And this is why you run it in a different direction after you get ported a second time. Yeah, I put y'all on game just now. No pun intended. But I'm up here now. A little bit to the right, a little bit below, over the time safe. But what do I keep checking the map? Look where my cursor is. I'm checking to see if he left. Okay, yeah, the airdrops are down there. No one cares. I'm checking to see if he left. And how will I know that he left? Well, I mean, yeah, there is that one exit that's already open, but why would they go for that when the time safe is guaranteed to give you wire in most cases? Why not take the exit that's not marked? You know, right here, I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, 3 kills, this is a good game. But I do have a port. Why not use this here port? So I do, and look what I find. Time safe. And you want to know what's funny? I get ported back. And I'm going to tell you this because there's going to be a transition here and you're not going to see it. But when I get to these here trees, there you go. I get ported back. So now, It's an even playing field. We both know where each other are at. Now, what is he going to do with the information? You seen on the map, every single exit was locked, except for the one that was unlocked. Now, I'm not no rocket scientist or anything like that, but I'm going to place money on the fact that he's going to be running straight in this here direction to go for the obvious open ass exit that is right here on this pier. And sure enough,
You have proved yourself as a killer. But will you stay alive when others know where you are?
people, there are three things that you must become proficient at, if not become exceedingly well at one thing, to be decent at this game. What I'm about to tell you is my own humble opinion. It's not set in stone. It's not a fact. It's my own opinion. There are three things you gotta do in this here game to become good. Move, shoot, and think. If you're decent at all three of those things, you can become decent at this game. If you are a movement god in this game, but you can't shoot or you can't think, you can become a tryhard. If you can shoot and, hit all your shots, but don't know how to move and don't know how to think, you probably use a light machine gun and sit in a hostile bush. But what you just saw was like 80% think, 10% move, 10% shoot. People, he didn't take the most obvious exit at the top of the map. That's what I would do if I was him. I would spin a 20 wire and go out the top of the map. But no, he didn't do that. He went for the exit that was already open. Guys, that was the most obvious thing he could have done. If he wanted to be real sneaky about it, he should have ran toward the road at the bottom of the map. He ported me. He knew I was here. He should have ran down to the road and took the way where I was. Think about that. I ported him. I knew where he was, right? He ported me. He knew where I was. Big Brain Play says I'm going to loop behind the timed safe and go down to where he was, see if he's there, and if I don't find him, go toward the road and leave that way. That is what I would have done. But he took the most obvious path to the most obvious exit. I'm not a rocket scientist. I just think about the situation and execute my plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.